Hello good people of YouTube, I'm here with the Kronshtadt second impression review. And so far I've been playing the ship pretty much non-stop, as much as I've been playing World of Warships the past couple of days. And so I know in the last video I said I was going to try out the HE on the Kronshtadt more than the AP. And I did try that, and the results were pretty subpar. The Kronshtadt doesn't really have a good chance of setting fires on the shells, and that with the reload time of the guns, which is, you know, it's faster than a battleship but still slower than most cruisers, so it's not really that good. So I've been just sticking with the AP, and the AP works pretty well. When you catch cruisers and battleships broadside, you do really good damage. And I also find that it does pretty decent damage to destroyers too. It's I mean, even though you overpin them most of the time, just the fire rate coupled with, you know, it does shoot 9 rounds of 12-inch shells at one time. That's can put a pretty good hurting on most destroyers. Also with the radar, you know, destroyers can't really hide from you. So that's also really awesome. It's not the best anti-destroyer cruiser, but it's also really good at it compared to other, other battleships. Which, I mean, it's basically a battleship, just with really squishy sides. Now, I know in the last video I said it's pretty tanky. Now, it is tankier than most cruisers, but it's also not really that tanky because, you know, at tier 10 the ships you see with large guns and whatnot, they can still do pretty good damage to you even if you bow onto them. And being angled will mitigate some of that, but still it will go through that side armor. The side armor is really thin, really thin. Now, how to play this ship is definitely, I would say you need to be within 13 to well, point blank range. I wouldn't really try shooting and going for those targets way in the back, because the dispersion and the fact that that you do have 12-inch guns will lead to a lot of bouncing and shattering of the shells. However, you can pull off stuff like this in, you know, Citadel, Montana, at medium to sometimes long range too, if RNG smiles upon you. And what you see here that I'm doing, and what I'm going to do the rest of this match, is I'm going to be hiding behind these islands, peeking out, using radar to see where the enemy ships are, and taking advantage of that, which is what really is, well, it's worked well for me so far. Because before I was just kind of like in the open, try to get close to them using up all my health at one time, and that it worked okay, but not too well. But what you see me do in this video does work much better. Now, me and a couple other ships went to the sea cap, but then it turns out that their team really wanted, oof, that's a Citadel, really wanted the sea cap. So I'm having to run away now and kind of kite and dodge all these shells coming at me. Now, the ship is really good at kiting because of, one, its speed, two, it does have you know, 12-inch guns, and has a turret in the back. Now, you won't be able to get all your guns on the target when you're kiting. You have to open up like this, and when you open up like this, that happens. But, you know, the ship does have 71,000 health, so you can kind of afford that. And the ship is also pretty maneuverable. If you throw the rudder shift module in here, you can have a pretty maneuverable ship. You can dance a lot. So anyway, I've gone on undetected, and now my plan is to turn around and go in between those islands right there, get those islands in between me and the sea cap, and just start farming damage and sinking ships. Now, the AA on the ship is still, I finally did get attacked by a carrier. I wasn't recording at the time. It's pretty miserable, I'm not gonna lie. But the defensive fire consumable does help. It just makes the AA decent. It doesn't make it god tier or anything. So I would really recommend taking the AA, I'm sorry, words are hard. I would recommend taking the defensive fire consumable just because of that reason, and especially since the CV rework that's coming up, you'll probably be seeing a lot more CVs in the game. Now, you see I'm doing here, I am, like I said, I'm getting this alliance between myself and the C-Cap. That Montana's looking right at me. And do I get this kill? No, someone else does. See, I'm at, where's that? No, that's coming up later. Okay. The ship is, I wouldn't call it stealthy because it does have a 12-kilometer detection range, and I have the concealment module and the concealment captain skill. So it does have a 12-kilometer detection range, but it only has an 18-kilometer range. So you only have, 6 kilometers where you'll be undetected. And ooh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Hi, Des Moines. Yup. It's really good at sneaking up on other cruisers. This is a really good anti-cruiser cruiser in quotation marks, because you can't sneak up on them coming around the corners of islands and such, and if you catch them broadside, it's gonna hurt them a lot. But this is another thing about the 12-inch guns, you see, because there's a Neptune right there, and I don't know if you noticed, but when he was angled steeply, pretty much all the shells just bounced. But then he opens up a little bit and I get 2 citadels on him and almost kill him in one salvo. That just, man, that just shows the thing about the Kronshtadt guns. He goes from that steep angle to open up just a little bit and boom, just citadel the crap out of him. And that's why I was kind of disappointed that HE didn't work that well, because, yes, it hits 12-inch guns on a cruiser, but you're also fighting a lot of tier 10 ships. Well, that'll just bounce off their hull when they're angled in the slightest. So I thought the HE would be somewhat better, but no. But okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, you can make the AP work, as you're seeing so far in this video. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time to catch ships broadside like that Buffalo right there. And the turrets, that they have like a 30-second rotation rate, which is like okay by battleship standards, but by cruiser standards that's an eternity. So it's not too frustrating. Just, I mean, if you're used to playing battleships, you'll be okay with it. But if you're used to playing a lot of cruisers, it's going to take some time to get used to. And here I'm detected by radar, so I decide to return the favor here in a second and detect whoever's detecting me via radar. Oh, and the fires. Okay, so it is a cruiser, but it doesn't get the blessed 30-second burn that cruisers get on fires. So for those of you that don't know, they changed it to where cruisers, the fires, no matter how many fires you get on the ship, it will only burn for 30 seconds, not a second longer. Battleships, 60 seconds. Kronshtadt gets in the middle, 45 seconds. So, that's not too bad, but still. But I mean, like, you do have 71,000 health, hills, and damage con, so it's pretty sweet. And I put damage con 1 and 2, the damage con mods, on the ship, so that makes it even better. Then I also have run with the fire flag, which makes it even better. I just really don't like fires. I'm tired of being set on fire, especially after the whole British battleship fiasco. So they do only burn for 45 seconds, so you probably can put some other mods on the ship besides damage con 1 and 2. It's just that it's my personal preference. I just keep them on there because I hate fires. So at this point, we've pretty much won the match. It's just a Musashi and a cruiser left. So this has been a really good game for Kronshtadt. One of the better ones that I've had. I've had over 100k games. I just wasn't recording. And after playing the ship for about 20 games, I feel that I've got a really good feel for it. And it's a really fun ship. This is a ship that I won't hesitate to say it's definitely worth the money. It's a fun ship. It's a nice change if you're used to playing just battleships. It's a nice change if you're used to playing just cruisers, I would imagine. You know, playing a cruiser with some actual punch to the guns. So yeah, this one so far gets my approval, and I would say this is actually a pretty good premium ship. Well, free XP ship. Definitely much better than Musashi, especially since it is an actual unique ship and not just a reskin of another ship. So yeah, that's my second impressions of it. It's a great ship, and my my final impressions video will probably be out in a couple of weeks after I really get to play a ton of games in the ship. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're on push to 200 subscribers, and when we get there, we're going to do another live stream like the 100 subscriber special live stream. That was fun for everyone. So again, thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.